Hello once again, my fellow boxing fans, and welcome back to another prediction video. Before I get into the content, I would just ask the usual that you would share, like, hit the bell notification, and most importantly, if you're watching, you might as well subscribe. You're just pressing a button and it would help this channel out tremendously. So the fight I wanted to get into in this video comes by way of request, and it is coming from _discriminator. I thank you for your request and for your participation in the channel. And the fight that they wanted me to cover is a heavyweight contest between James Bonecrusher Smith and Ken Norton. And the reason I like this fight is both of these guys are basically the same fighter, with some slight differences, of course, but nothing too dramatic. But they're pretty much the same fighter. Bonecrusher has a slight height and reach advantage. I don't think that's anything too significant, but they're both tall, rangy, awkward fighters who like to utilize the jab, the overhand rights. Ken Norton utilized the feints more, and Ken Norton would lean his head to the side as he threw that jab. James Bonecrusher Smith does that sometimes. But what I notice about James Bonecrusher Smith is he's like a hybrid of Muhammad Ali and young George Foreman. He uses footwork sometimes, and then other times he likes to stand in the pocket and slug it out. But both awkward fighters. They're both good body punchers. Ken Norton has better head movement. I like James Bonecrusher Smith's quick lead uppercut. That's an amazing shot. And if Bonecrusher decided to use his footwork in this fight, he may have an advantage. I'm not sure. But it seems that Ken Norton was a little more refined, a little more solid, and a little more polished. As I mentioned, he utilized the feints, head movement, and Ken Norton was accurate. He had great accuracy. And another thing I noticed about Ken Norton is he was great at parrying those shots. And they both had good jabs, as I mentioned, but Norton just had a hard, stiff jab. And another dangerous weapon from Norton is that he had this wide, looping left hook that always found the mark, and that was a hard shot. I like Bonecrusher's 1-2 punch combination a little better than Norton's, and he had a laser straight right hand. But I just feel that Ken Norton's use of the cross-arm defense, as I mentioned before, the way he parries his shots, may give him an advantage here. Now, one thing I see from Bonecrusher that could possibly be an advantage is his physicality. Very physical with his opponents, knew how to utilize the clinches. And so, could he frustrate Ken Norton with the physicality and the use of the clinches? Maybe, but I don't think it would be that big of an issue for Ken Norton. I'm going to lean towards Ken Norton by decision on this one. So those are my thoughts. Please let me know what you think. I'll see you.